Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yo, we got a music stream before noon. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, man. So look, we've been having some issues with the streams just crashing out of nowhere, man. So I took the liberty of just like starting from scratch, deleting everything, deleting all my files and starting over, man. So I really need y'all help. Let me know if everything is looking good, sounding good on your end. Just let me know if everything is looking good and sounding good. But it's been a crazy problem because it just kind of happened out of nowhere. So excuse me. I've been trying to troubleshoot this on my end. I am not like the craziest tech dude ever, but I'm trying to figure it out, man. So let me know what y'all noticing on y'all end. If you guys notice any issues, problems or concerns. If it does crash, just bear with me. I will be literally right back on within a few seconds, man. I will be right back on within a few seconds. So hopefully we don't get a crash on here. What up, Rahus? I see you, man. What is up? All right, man. So yesterday, I thought it was kind of crazy that Spotify went ahead and decided to respond to Drake's accusations. Here's the thing. One, I don't believe him anyway. We don't believe you, Drake. That's what I said. That's what we titled the name of this video is We Don't Believe You, Drake. I never really thought that Spotify would have came out and said, yeah, you're right, man. We did do that. I didn't think they would have done that anyway. But the fact that they came back and they came back so quickly. What up, Marco? That they came back so quickly in reference to Drake's accusations of giving Not Like Us a boost, which is the craziest thing because as a reacting to that song, you could just see how people gravitated to the song. And I was one of the people that said, yo, this is probably going to be one of the least favorite diss tracks throughout the entire beef because I thought it was so West Coast. That was just my thinking, but it seemed like it gravitated to the whole world and it was all over the place. So I don't really know what he was thinking about this song being the song that got pushed in the beef. But I digress. You're super clear on my end right now, like 4K. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, man. So Spotify rejects Drake's accusations of illegal Not Like Us streaming bumps and new filings, which that's another piece that we talked about before where the system has worked for Drake for so long in his favor. I don't really see why he would then start making accusations against other people for doing some of the things that he had been doing. But like I said, the rapper filed 2 petitions last month alleging Spotify and UMG conspired to boost plays of Kendrick Lamar's popular diss track. So, what up, man? What up, Av? It even sounds like he's saying like they was paying reactors or something to do it. Now, like I said, I know there's some people who are whitelisted to react to music, but I don't think they needed to do that for that particular song. That song everybody was on. Everybody was waiting at every moment for that track to drop. So I don't know. And it was playing on the radios even in Chicago, bro. And that could lend to that kind of payola, but I don't really think you needed to do that. I wouldn't have paid for anything. As big as the beef was and how many people had their ears to what Kendrick was saying, I think people were just listening for the next thing to drop anyway. So it had that momentum. Spotify has formally rejected Drake's recent accusations that the streaming giant helped Universal Music Group illegally inflate streams of Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, Billboard reports. And Pitchfork can confirm in court documents viewed by Pitchfork, Spotify refers to Drake's petitions as legally deficient and writes that they should be denied. So they're legally deficient. So I would think that Drake has lawyers and has the power to know beforehand, before filing, whether they have a chance or not. So to me, it seems like they didn't do themselves justice by not really looking at it and seeing, do we have a shot in all of this? What up, Kevin? Make sure you guys double tap that screen when you guys pull up, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. In the filings issued Friday, December 20th in the New York Supreme Court, Spotify refuted Drake's allegations that the streamer used bots to log 30,000 streams of Not Like Us. Bots. We could have even seemed like bots. As much as we listened to that song, as many times as we played that song, as many times as I played the song, I probably could have I could have been seen as a bot in a sense where I was playing the song like on repeat, working out, listening to it in the car. If you could see how many plays you had on your like on YouTube or something like that, you would see that people were just playing the song regularly because they liked it. And we was trying to break down the bars. So I was multiple listens. I don't even know, man. I just feel like it's baseless in a sense. There's no way. 30,000 spins is crazy. 30,000 streams of Not Like Us around the song's initial release, and that the company accepted undisclosed payments and biased recommendations as part of the scheme to boost Lamar's track. Again, it just sounds like the inability to accept defeat, where the song was done so well that people just wanted to listen to it, bro. It's nothing more, nothing less. The song was done so well, people wanted to hear it, man. And we're reaching way deep into the bag to then say that bots were used for it. But they use bots. And the thing is, it's not like bots don't get used to push music. I feel like that is done, and even if it was done to a degree, I don't know if it was done egregiously. I remember dude on Accuses was saying that. Dude on Accuses was actually saying that he knew that Kendrick was doing that. I think both could be true. It went viral and they paid bots. I guess all things can be true without proof. But I guess how do you actually prove the bot theory though? How do you prove the bot theory? Give me a way that you can prove the bot theory. Make that a little bit larger. Man, I need to use bots. I mean, there's bot farms out there for sure that that can give you extra spins. But I think the problem with that, here's the problem. It's like those same people that buy views on YouTube, or the people who buy subscribers on YouTube. You can always tell. Like, I've seen it. And I'd be like, bro, how did you get those views on that one? Or how did you get those subscribers? And then like regularly everything else, it would fade off. It would break off. It would be, you could tell. So when you buy views and you use bots, the inorganic nature of it shows up later down the line. Now, so think about this. Why did everybody gravitate to GNX and Squabble Up? Were those bots too? Now, I'm not saying that Squabble Up is as big as Not Like Us, but I think the difference in Squabble Up and Not Like Us is one, it had a preview, right? It had a preview in Not Like Us that people were kind of waiting for that song to come out anyway. Then for Not Like Us, it was during the biggest rap battle of all time. And I've even heard people kind of discuss that in a negative way and say if you think that's the biggest rap battle of all time, then you're too young to remember XYZ. And I think that's kind of crazy, because if you look at all of the technology, all of the different ears that were listening in 2024, it's by numbers, it's clearly the biggest rap battle of all time. If you just look at numbers. All right, let's see. An accompanying wait, did I read this part already? Contrary to the allegations in the petition, the filings read, UMG and Spotify have never had any arrangement in which UMG charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than its usual licensing rates. So they're basically saying what happened here was that they gave him a discount so we can get more spins, which is crazy. Where, I mean, again, it could happen. It could have happened. We don't know. I hope at some point we'll be able to find that out and see if it actually happened or not. To Spotify for affirmatively recommending. Now, that one guy that we listened to not that long ago, he was saying, and he was saying that he would say, hey Siri or hey Alexa, play this song or whatever, or play this song, and then Spotify would play, he would ask to play a Drake song, and then it would play a Kendrick Lamar song, which if they're going off of lyrics and you say specific things that sound like a lyric, then that's what they're gonna play. So they're saying that those recommendations, those are recommendations made, which I could see how it can be thought that's what's happening, but I don't believe that's what happened. An accompanying affirmation document filed by Spotify employee David Kafer states that Spotify invests heavily into automated and manual reviews to prevent, detect, and mitigate the impact of artificial streaming on our platform. When we identify attempted stream manipulation, we take action that may include removing streaming numbers, withholding royalties, and charging penalty fees. Confirmed and suspected artificial streams are also removed from our chart calculations. This helps us to protect royalty payouts for honest, hardworking artists. Now, I don't think that they're catching everybody. I definitely think that there's some people out there that are boosting their streams, but I think those people have been caught, right? I think those people get caught when they try to boost streams. So I've seen that before too. Spotify also criticized the form of Drake's legal action, which exists as pre-action petitions, one filed in New York and one in Texas, instead of lawsuits. What petitioner is seeking to do here, the filing states, is to bypass the normal pleading requirements and obtain by way of pre-action discovery that which it would only be entitled to seek were it to survive a motion to dismiss. Legal jargon that I don't understand. Spotify's legal team referred to the method as a subversion of the normal judicial process. So it sounds like they try to find a loophole where maybe they can petition to file so they can get all the information without actually having to file a lawsuit and go to court. That's what that sounds like to me. I'm no lawyer, but that's what that sounds like. All right. So that's that. So this all happens. People catch wind of it. This happens, and then we get Drake responding. Let's listen to what happened here.
YouTube chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Salute to Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Aw, man, why can't we all get along, man? It is so close to Christmas. Everybody should be in the Christmas spirit. Come on, Drake, Spotify, and UMG. Let's all hold hands and sing Christmas carols. Now, if you guys didn't watch the last video, please make sure you guys go check it out. It is getting very, very nasty out here in these corporate streets. Now, Spotify finally responded to Drake, including them in his UMG lawsuit. And they pretty much told Drake, hey, buddy, fuck off and leave us alone. We ain't got shit to do with that. Spotify says the courts found zero evidence to support the claims of a bot attack, and also flatly denies that it struck any deal with UMG to support Kendrick's song. Spotify said the predicate of petitioner's entire request for discovery from Spotify is false. Spotify and UMG have never had any such arrangement. And then this is where things get interesting, you guys. Spotify went on to criticize and also call out Drake for going to the courts in the first place. Yes, that's right. We're watching an entire $1 billion company call Drake out for basically being a snitch. So they called Drake's claims.
So now I don't think that Drake is like Trump in the 2020 election, and his stands are oh my God. I wonder how many of his stands will crash out with him. Like, oh my God, I can't even read that. What up, Chicken Little? What up? I caught alive. Let's go. What's good? Good point. Siri is Apple, but Drake isn't suing them. So, let me hear that again.
Being a snitch. They called
Drake. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. how does that look for business going forward? Now, this is also what happens now, right? It's also like a little bit of a setup. Just now imagine, and this is just all speculative, right? Now just imagine Drake puts out an album and the numbers do this. They don't do this. Now Spotify is retaliating against him for calling him out for Kendrick. To me, it sounds like a setup. I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but if you're thinking steps ahead of I got new music to put out, I am trying to renegotiate a deal. My numbers are probably going to be much lower than I'm expected. Let me get ahead of that. Let me get ahead of my numbers being a little bit lower and then say, yo, they all fighting against me. It's me. It's a 20v1 plus a $1 billion corporate entity, right? I could see that happening too.
Drake's claims far-fetched and speculative, and also questioned why Spotify would be involved in a beef between him and Kendrick. Now, I know what you guys are gonna say. Chicks, Spotify is capping. Why would they not be interested in a beef between the two best-selling hip-hop artists? Well, that's correct. You guys are right, alright? But do remember, this is legal stuff. Sometimes you gotta lie, you gotta fudge the truth a little bit. Sometimes lawyers have to embellish or bend the truth. Now, I'm not gonna deny any of Spotify's claims, but we all know how this works, right? If a song is hot, they're going to put it on many different playlists. They're going to put it in your rotation. It basically all comes...
And isn't that legal? Like, isn't all of that legal though? Like, if the song is popping, why would we not recommend it? Because we want people to listen, which is how we get paid. So I don't think there's any issue with that piece.
It's down to what Drake's team is trying to prove. Hey, did you guys do this to help UMG, or is this a part of your business practice? Spotify can easily claim, hey bro, you know we do this for every artist, right?
Right.
We did this for you. Now, Spotify also went on to criticize the way Drake went about this whole lawsuit. Spotify said, bro, this is not even an actual lawsuit. Because you know if this was an actual lawsuit, the allegations are too flimsy and would have been quickly dismissed. Spotify is talking heavy. Then Spotify said, yo, Drake, you're trying to get all the benefits that comes with filing an actual lawsuit without filing the actual lawsuit.
Exactly, that's
brother,
what I said.
What are you doing? Now Drake's
like a
team
wolf
just
cry?
responded back to Spotify. Drake and his lawyer said, yo, it is not surprising that Spotify is trying to distance themselves from UMG's allegedly manipulative practices.
So their response is Spotify is trying to distance themselves. Well, you made an accusation. It sounds like a defense. It doesn't sound like distancing. Like, oh, we don't rock with UMG. Nah, there's no way, because we don't rock with UMG. That doesn't sound like what they're doing. It sounds like what they're doing is just defending against what you accuse them of doing. They're like, hold on. That's y'all, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with us, fam. That's y'all. That's you. That's UMG. That's Kendrick. Whatever. They ain't got nothing to do with us. The song popped, and we did what we normally do for our artists. If the song is popping and we see it gaining momentum, we want to keep them lit. We want to keep them on Spotify. We want to keep them listening. So if they listening to something else, we might make a recommendation. Make a recommendation that keeps them on Spotify. It's just business. And again, I've heard people call out, you know, when Drake was featured in like in the gospel section of Spotify, when it's like, bro, he don't need to be here. But they was like, you know, pushing all of his music in different spots because that's what was popping, and they want to keep you on the app. They just want to keep you on the app, man. It's the same thing with YouTube. They want to keep you on the app. As soon as my video ends, there's going to be a recommendation for another video that we think you'll like. Now, could I sue YouTube and then say, bro, y'all are pushing those other people over me because you typed in Drake and then another, you know, you listening to Drake content, but then you recommended Kendrick content. It's like, at this point, they like this forever, right? At this point, they like this forever. It's synonymous. It's Ja and 50, Nas and Jay, Kendrick and Drake. It's synonymous. So anytime you mention this one, you're gonna end up seeing that one. Unfortunately, I know some people may not like that because they're much more. Both of them are much more than this moment in time. They've done things before this, and they'll do things after this. But that's just the way it works, man. I think the bigger issue that you have is just with the way that the world has become heavily dependent on the internet kind of pushing a narrative. That's what it's doing. They push the narrative, but that's what they do for everybody, not just Kendrick.
To artificially inflate streaming numbers on behalf of one of his other artists. If Spotify and UMG have nothing to hide, then they should be perfectly fine complying with this basic discovery request. Now,
see, that sounds like the why you getting mad? What you getting mad for? You only get mad if you guilty. And it's like, no, you said I did something, so I responded and said I didn't. But you have more. You're more than welcome to search and see what you find. Now the thing is, you probably will find an exchange of money for you will find that, but you're gonna find that for everybody. That's the problem. And I think that's why Drake is doing it, because he knows the inner dealings, because he's done it himself.
We have here, you guys, is Gaslighting 101. Drake, you and your lawyers are good. Hey, listen, man, if your claims are true that you guys have nothing to do with this, then hey, you should be fine letting us do what we want. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious, you guys. This is petty legal wars. And it's a pretty good chess move too. If
Aubrey wants to go on a fishing expedition and Spotify said no.
Spotify says no and continues to fight this, they kind of look guilty, like they're trying to hide something. If they say yes to this, then you're pretty much letting Drake and his lawyers do what they want. I think Spotify is going to continue to fight this. They obviously have the...
No, I think if I'm Spotify, I want you to look. I want you to look at this, but look at everything too. So it's out in the open. Now, they may not necessarily want people or the public to know how things work, because I still don't really know if people have identified exactly what a stream is and what is it considered. Like, is it 1 second? Is it 20 seconds? How much are you getting? I know people can kind of figure out how much you're getting paid off a stream, but maybe they want to kind of keep some of that stuff close to the chest, where they don't want everybody knowing exactly what everything means. But also, maybe I do want you to see, so you can also see that, all right, you've had the same privileges. Maybe it's good. Drake's suing for numbers while his entire career is based on numbers. I don't even understand.
The money, the resources, I don't see them backing down and folding to Drake and his lawyers. You guys get in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think about Drake's response back to Spotify. If there's any more updates, I will continue to keep...
But the thing is, if they actually go through with the lawsuit, then they'll have to comply, right? Drake, they haven't done that yet, but if they file a lawsuit, then they'll have to fork over any information that they have so they can develop a case, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm not a lawyer, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But again, framing it that way too is almost like saying that they're defending themselves because they don't want to show you the information. I don't think that's true. I think you just defend yourself to defend yourself and say, yo, that's not what we did. That's not what we did. They don't look guilty. It sounds this guy doesn't know how the law works. A company is not going to open their own. They're not going to open their books. That's what I'm saying. Like, they may not necessarily want to do that, but maybe you do, just to show people, yeah, this is what happens, so people can stop wondering or stop guessing about it. Because what he's doing is also he's also kind of like putting a chink in the armor a little bit, where it's like, we want to see if we can get you to bend to our will and let us see what y'all do on the inside. Because then if we know what y'all do, then we can kind of capitalize off of it too later on down the line. Mind control, exactly. They scream about the numbers the song did, but then backtrack and say the numbers aren't real. make it make sense. I don't get it either. He's tarnishing his own numbers. Exactly, because if it's proven that you weren't really as hot as you think you are and you've made millions of dollars off of being the hottest artist, but that's just because we manipulated it in a way to make it look like you were, it's Truman Show. It's Truman Show. You're inside the bubble. You know you're inside the bubble. We're manipulating it to make you think you are who you think make you think you are something greater than what you really are, but you're not. It's our manipulation. So I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. UMG, Apple, it's iHeartRadio and Spotify are going to crush him. But we'll see where this goes, man. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I appreciate it. We typically never stream on a Saturday, man, but I was out yesterday trying to deal with this issues with my system, and I'm not sure if it actually fixed or if I just haven't been live enough long enough for there to be a problem. But thank you guys for pulling up and hanging out with me, and hopefully we fix the issue. I will see you guys in a little bit. I might do another stream today. If not, I will see you guys on Monday. We might get into that scissor, so let me know if y'all are interested in that. And then we're going to do this giveaway too. If you guys are not familiar, members only giveaway is going on right now, man. Join the membership, get that flame next to your name, and we'll go ahead and try to pick a winner for this on Monday and send it out. All right. But I love y'all, man. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.